Jules, let's work our way through the latest transfer reports. This one from Marca suggesting that Erling Haaland could be ending up at PSG. What are you making of it?
Well, what I can tell you is that right now there is absolutely nothing between PSG and Erling Haaland or his dad, who is his advisor, or even Mino Raiola, who is his agent. Maybe down the line in a few years' time, if, and that's a big if, Kylian Mbappe ends up leaving Paris, Neymar ends up leaving Paris, Mauro Icardi, who is looking like he will stay at the club, is leaving Paris as well, and they need a striker. I'm sure that Haaland will be back on the shortlist, especially if he continues his development the way he's been doing so far. But right now, there's just nothing into this at all, and I think PSG are just looking forward to doing the transfer that they have to do this summer, which is 2 full-backs and a midfielder, and that will be pretty much it.
Jules, let me pull back the curtain here a little bit. Usually for these segments, we'll throw a bunch of transfer rumors at you. You say they're all junk, which is fair. But this one you wanted to talk about. Explain to me why. Edinson Cavani to Inter Milan.
Yes, because this one is gathering pace. Clearly, Inter Milan's first choice was Dries Mertens. We know that, and the Belgian international has decided to stay at Napoli. He will sign very soon, in the next few hours, an extension on his deal that was coming to an end this summer. So Inter have to look at other options, and clearly Antonio Conte, I was going to say that he likes all the players. It's not all the players, although Cavani and Dries Mertens are over the age of 30. But I think for Antonio Conte, the idea of having someone who knows Serie A already, which both Mertens and now Cavani clearly do, with experience, to go with the younger players in the squad is very important. Players as well who would give their best, who have that kind of team spirit that Conte likes, and etc. And Cavani ticks all the boxes. Really, it's just another option on the Cavani's table. Him and his brother, who is his agent. I believe they will have the choice whenever they make a decision. Atletico Madrid are still very interested, and they were already there. He almost joined them in January. Inter Milan, of course, he will have offer from MLS. There's no doubt, for Boca Juniors as well, and South American clubs. There's no doubt as well. Maybe other clubs in Italy as well, probably. Even maybe Paris will try to keep him for another year or two if they decide not to keep Mauro Icardi. So he will have a lot of options. But Inter Milan, and you would think that that's one as well that can very much interest him too. I think there will be a lot of discussion between the two parts.
Jules, real quick, let's switch gears a little bit. All across Europe, leagues are trying to figure out a way to get back into action. Meanwhile, French football seems to be devolving into a series of lawsuits. Last week we talked about maybe the regret that people in France might feel watching the Bundesliga return. Has that regret turned into some genuine feelings that a mistake has been made?
Yes, I think for sure you're right. And we talked about the frustration. I think it was on Sunday night show. From a lot of people now, more and more people, frustration gathering as well for maybe taking that decision too quickly. Maybe it was the right decision, but maybe they could have waited a bit longer and then assess the situation and decide what to do then, maybe 2 weeks later or 3 weeks later. Now that we see what's happening in Germany and the steps that are being made in Italy, in Spain and in England as well, there's no reason why France could not have done the same. I don't believe that a second. Maybe back then it was not safe enough to decide to go again and play, but right now there's no way that France could not do the same. And I think there's still people trying. Jean-Michel Aulas at Lyon, for example, and others as well. We've learned today that there's a big dispute between Ligue 1 clubs and Ligue 2 clubs about the TV revenues. Ligue 2, by the way, next season we'll have 22 teams instead of 22 because they voted against relegation. So there's a bit of a mess, and you would think that maybe it would have been far much easier to wait and maybe decide to resume playing at some point.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN+.